Okay, see Jasper. Everything's mucked out. We're headed to our third location. Come along for the ride if you want. Okay. If you don't want to go for the ride, a lot of people have been saying, Jeep, when you starting your saltwater offshore fishing channel again? I don't want to watch horses. I want to watch you yanking, pulling up Dorado, mahi dolphin. I want to see you pulling up cobia. I want to see. I want to see. I don't know, wahoo, sailfish, marlin, grouper, snapper, yellowtail, lane snapper. Well, all that's on our fishing channel. But right now, we're not scheduled to be back down to the coast. The Pequod's waiting for us down there in Hampstead, North Kakalaki. Hampstead, North Kakalaki, down there by the New Bern River. And everybody knows the most awesome lighthouse next to the one in St. Augustine is Cape Hatteras. So we're headed to our second horse location. Now these ones, we got them on 30 acres at the next place, but about 15 belongs to a lawyer man. And the one I'm leaving belongs to a judge. And and then the other one belongs to Virginia Buchanan from Virginia via Marion, North Kakalaki, via Little Switzerland, via Morganton. So I'm headed down to our next location. That 15, the horses are on that 15. And if you have never seen my other videos, I filmed their barn. You know, it's really cool. It's kind of a short barn because it was a chicken barn back in the 30s. I want to say it was like, it was one name brand chicken place called like Tyson or Smith & Wesson Gun Company. Smith & Wesson Gun Company. Maybe I meant Smithfield Westerfield. I don't know. Funny story about that Smithfield chicken. They went to China. I used to work on a 30-acre farm over at Guges by a lawyer that he had a law firm down there in South Carolina. I meet a lot of lawyers. My brother-in-law's a lawyer. My other brother-in-law's a doctor. I'm a cowboy. Same thing, right? Same education. Same education, cowboy, doctor, lawyer. I meet a lot of lawyers. So it was in that Charleston, big, huge law firm. Recton. It was his daddy's law firm, then his law firm, and he was the lawyer that did the Smithfield Wesson, whatever that one that went to China. All the dang chickens go to China, like everything else, get butchered, packaged, and then shipped back to America. That just ain't right. I never, ever buy that brand of chicken, because and that lawyer should be ashamed of himself for selling that out. But we got a log mill that sold all their equipment to China too. This was, you got to give the Chinese credit. This was really smart. They took a ginormous cargo ship. What they did was they bought a lumber mill that went bankrupt, bought all that equipment. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, this is ingenious for the Chinese because of their popularization problem. I mean, they're over your population, and they're always telling you how many babies you can have, but they always need building supplies. So they bought a bankrupt log mill up here, a cargo ship, from like California, brought it over, loaded it with the entire lumber mill. And then what they do is they purchase their lumber here. I mean, we got a logger here at my church that he makes a ton of money. I mean, we're in the thicket of logs. I mean, this is called spruce pine because this is the home of the Christmas tree. We have so many spruce pines and Douglas firs and not many Christmas tree farms left. But the place that I'm going to, I didn't finish the story on the barn. So then it got sold. And then Mr. Buchanan from Virginia via Marion, he restored a ginormous estate house and made Airbnb out of it. One of those ginormous mansions. Then he sold that, moved up here, became a Christmas farmer. A banker from Virginia become Christmas tree farmer. So the really cool thing about this Christmas tree farm, all the trees are gone. He only used organic chemicals. Only organic chemicals. So it's okay for the horses and everything. And so really all we do is store hay in this barn, but it needs a new roof, and that's about $20,000. So hopefully he'll put a new roof on it this year, because we're going to have a lot of rolls of hay to load in there. And then up where I just came from is where we're going to store all the bales, because it's easier for us older people to use the bales. So this is a nasty rainy day. I'm just making my rounds. Got 2 of the horse farms already, on my way to the 3rd one. I'll be there in about 2 minutes, but I can't really go too fast because I don't have one of them there GoPros. I just got me one of them tabloid motion picture boxes. My grandbaby got me because my wife rode the other one over with a Kubota tractor. I mean, you can't make shit like that up. I got all these movies in there that's just waiting to climb on out of there and get on the line. You know, I got a whole bunch of movies on here I ain't put on the line yet. The internet just sucks up here. I retired from a company called Verizon. It used to be General Telephone. And, oh my goodness. So anyway, what I did was, it was really cool when they bought us out. When Verizon bought out General Tel, well, they didn't really buy us out. Because of the Federal Stock Exchange, they actually had to become a company name, because we merged with one of those Pacific Bells over there. I don't remember, I want to say from the flyover states or from the Midwest or something. We merged with them, so they said, you got to come up with a name that's not General Tel and whatever. I want to say Bell Pacific or Bell Midwest Bell or something. I don't know. I don't remember. It was 20-some years ago. They've since been sold to another company called Frontier, and they really suck. So long short of it, I was in my first week of training, and I lived in this town called Mayaca City. We had one flashing light. I had a 10-acre farm, horse farm, and I had a 6-acre farm with my first wife. And so I was training with this guy from north of Mayaca City in a town called Waimama. I don't even think Waimama had a light. That's how small Waimama was. So me and Russell were training. And well, it was really cool. I got to shift this thing. Sassafras. Okay, hold on, let me shift. So I was working with Russell, and he was from this real podunk redneck town, even smaller than Mayaca City, and Mayaca City smaller than Arcadia. And anyway, so here's Russell training me and everything. I said, Russell, what do you think these words are going to stand for? And he's like, gee, what do you think they stand for, this Verizon company? Well, I said, I think it stands for vaguely educated rednecks installing zillions of numbers Better get us some speed so I don't have to put it in four-wheel drive. There's all our hanging equipment over here. Okay, now he's going to be waiting, usually waiting for me in the window. Usually Chief Willie will always be waiting for me in the window. It's so awesome. Let's see if he is. Still raining, but not as much as before. Oh! Chief, there he is. Hey, Chief. Chief. Oh, I guess he's being shy because I have a camera. He's camera shy. Okay, hold on. Farmer Jeep. Farmer Jeep, those are all apple trees down here. All apple trees. Apple, 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 apple. But the horses have eaten all the lower stuff, so I got to get a ladder. Then over there, an awesome blueberry patch. And so anyway, let's go see them. Let's go feed them, and then I'm gonna muck this. I'm gonna muck this stable, but this is nasty. The roof is a mess. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay, he's 16 hands, a workhorse. Let's see if I can get him in the light better, but look at all the roof leaks. I got some mucking to do in here. Okay, so yeah, after it was a chicken farm, it got sold and it became a Christmas tree farm. And this is how they would wrap the Christmas trees. This is an old-timey Christmas tree wrapper. You know how when you go buy your Christmas tree, are you looking over my shoulder? Somebody's looking over my shoulder. $20,000 to fix this whole roof. 1930s chicken barn, then a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree goes in here, and then you know how it has all the mesh wrap on it and everything. This is an old-timey Christmas tree wrapper. And then these tables in here is where they used to make Christmas wreaths. All these tables was wreath. All these big old tables was wreath tables. So here he is. I think you can see him better now. Chief Willie Nelson. And then this is Cookies and Cream. Right? This is Cookies and Cream. Now, Cookies, you got to move slow around her because she was abused by the Amish too. I mean, those headstalls that they make for them to keep their head from eating grass while they're pulling their carriages, then they're really cruel, the design of them. Because when they're pulling their carriages, they don't want the horses sticking their head down, so they make these really cruel things to keep their head up. And this one came from Ohio too, and it's beaten by the Amish. So Cookies and Cream is real skittish. You can see, I can't even barely touch her, right? Right, but you are a love. And Chief Willie has taken her under his wing. So I'm going to go feed him and muck it and head to Nantucket or down to the Pequod. Just trucking through my day. My father-in-law used to say, oh my God, does everything have to be on Jeep time? Jeep is 12 hours late. So that's a whole other story. Jeep time. Appalachian America. I like to call this horse country. It's really God's country. They're like, feed me, feed me, feed me. Go with me, Lord. See ya.